got the Bulldog on the channel. This is part of the job I hate. I've got to figure out why. I'm a big why person. Why? Why did this work? Why did this not work? Why did this fail? I went to town and I got another set of these. I don't know if it's a futile effort. I will be looking at it whenever I get in there to it. But since I've put in 3 sets of these in the last, a little over a year, and they've all failed, and they've all failed in the exact same way. I'm leaning towards there's a problem with the parts. I talked to the manager at the parts store, and he said, well, he seemed really knowledgeable about what and why. Well, I've used them on this, that, and I know. I use them because this is the only brand that there is. He suggested using the industrial grade rather than the one they have on the shelf. Well, they have to order that. Well, I looked online and stuff, and I was having a hard time finding stuff. But anyway, I'm going to take this apart. I'll show you what is going on. And this is the only application that I'm having this trouble with. I've put them in other things and not had a problem. This here is the only application I'm having trouble with. Did a TikTok on it here a few days ago. It didn't get any traction. I tagged the company in it. It's Dorman Products, the Motormite line. Help, and I was suggested to use the Dorman industrial grade. I kind of looked, and I never did get them ordered because things happen. My phone has gone off probably 25 times in the last 2 hours. I'm not the same person. 4, 5 different people. So anyway, I've got to do this job for free at my own expense on the parts. Hopefully, I might dig in there and find a different bushing and use it instead. We'll have to take it apart and see. All right, here is what is happening. Get the light in here. This bushing just split off. The top hat, which is what I call the flange on top, just split and dropped this bushing out. And you can see where it was wearing in there. I expect the hole is just a freckle loose. This is the tightest one that I've worked on. And but I would expect if the hole was egg-shaped or something, it would bust the side of this bushing out and come out in pieces. But it doesn't. It splits it right up along the edge and drops down, just like that. So, I'm going to figure something out. The lower ones did the exact same thing. Look at that. It just crumbled. All right, let's take it apart. Okay, now I took I actually got this piece out and I just squeezed. Look at that. I'm just squeezing it and it's crumbling. All right, here we go. Look at that. I've dealt with this before on stuff where it was like that trying to get with her some better light. I told well, it was a customer, and he said that it wasn't like that before, and you did it when stuff crumbled like that. I told my boss, he made him pay for it because it was obviously bad to begin with. But told the customer, no, you're going to pay for this. And he didn't want to. I had ripped a bumper off of his car. Ripped it off. And he thought I had done something wrong. Well, it was an aluminum bumper. It was all corroded around the bolt holes, and there was nothing holding on. I told my boss, you should have told him that he's got two choices. Either he pays for the bumper because there was something wrong to begin with, or he tells that guy over there that ripped your bumper off with his bare hands that he's not getting paid for the job because there was nothing wrong before he touched it. That's how I feel about those bushings. You should never be able to just crush them in your bare hands. If you say there's nothing wrong with them, then how do you explain me crushing it with my bare hands? I'm going to put them in one more time. They probably won't last, but it'll give me time to research and find somebody that can get them. And at least this is an application where, I just pick the lift up through the window and, it holds the door up. It's not a big deal to do these. It's just the thought of it, of having to screw around with these things. I'm frustrated. I'm going to put it back together because obviously I'm going to need all the new parts that I bought. They're not expensive, but that's not the point. The point is they don't last. If you're saving 50 cents by using a different blend of bronze in your bushings, then well, can I pay you an extra $10 to get the good ones? Can I pay you an extra $20 to get the good ones? We'll get it put together. Stop ranting. I know the door's not going to fall off yet. But how do I do my job when no one sells the good parts? How do I tell the customer, sorry, I got to do it again? Now, before somebody points it out that I'm putting them in wrong, this is how I'm putting them in. I got a bolt and a socket, and I'm drawing them in like this. That's spinning. But this is how I'm installing them. I'm not beating them in with a 10-pound sledge and busting. Okay, we're all installed. Got that special clip on top there. Installed in the bottom. And swings around, it shuts with the door lines lining up. I'll take it back to the customer and leave it in their driveway because I went over and left my car there and picked it up. I don't know what to say, really. This is a problem that has been a problem for years. It's just 10 times worse now. That's why I complain. Because if I can't do it any better. I honestly can't. I can't make up for somebody else's shortcomings. You saw me crush that with my bare hands. That means there's something wrong with the part. And if there are very, very few manufacturers then I can't pick a better one. I sure can't pick one out of the options that I have in this area. There are 4 parts stores besides the independents. The independents all use the same parts line, but they all carry the same part. They brand it themselves sometimes. They'll put their own name on it, but it's still the same part, the same manufacturer, because they dominate on certain products. So, not the parts store's fault, other than the business model. You know, parts stores can't control that. The business model is kind of handed down by corporate until the actual corporation decides that quality is more important than price, because if you sell a quality part, you don't have to warranty it, you don't have to fight people, you don't have to make them mad across the counter unless they're stupid. I've seen that. 3 different vehicles with the same door. All of them did the same thing. That surprised me when I took that thing and just crushed it in my hand. Oh well. It is what it is. I got it going for them. Till next time. Like, comment, subscribe, hit your little bell notification. Share it all around. We'll talk to you later.